Democrats have decided to fight back against Donald Trump's abuse of the presidential pardon power by introducing, or at least currently crafting, I guess would be the better way to say that, a constitutional amendment that would actually give Congress the ability to override a presidential pardon. The legislation, amendment, whatever you want to call it, was in fact introduced by Democratic sponsor Representative Johnny Olszewski from Maryland in December. And the bill would allow for a minimum of 20 House members and 5 senators to call for congressional review of a pardon, which would lead to a 60-day deadline for Congress to nullify that pardon with a 2/3 majority vote, which of course is what they also need to override a presidential veto, so not deviating from the norm too much. You got to have members of the House, you got to have members of the Senate. You've got 60 days. You get a vote. If you can get 2/3, so you've got to have bipartisan support to do it, you can nullify a presidential pardon, and boom, that person's going back to jail. I like this. Now, I would prefer an amendment to just get rid of the president's ability to give pardons at this point, but this is actually really great. This is a good amendment. It is very well written. Representative Olszewski here knocked it out of the park. Phenomenal. But that's just the beginning of the story. Because you would think, obviously, okay, this doesn't have any chance of passing. Republicans still control the House. It's not going to work. But this thing is starting to gather bipartisan support. Republican Representative Don Bacon from Nebraska announced this week that he was going to join on as a co-sponsor of the legislation. So this is no longer just solely a Democratic move. It has at least one Republican saying, not only will I support it, I'll put my name on it. That's a big step. Now, Bacon, of course, has been an adversary to Donald Trump, so it's not surprising, but Bacon did say this. Frankly, it is clear to me that the pardon authority has been abused. I'm pleased to co-sponsor Representative Olszewski's Pardon Integrity Act, a constitutional amendment that establishes a narrow, common-sense guardrail that preserves the pardon power while ensuring Congress can fulfill its constitutional role to provide accountability and uphold the rule of law. Good statement. I like it. But something has to be done about the pardon power. And if the Democrats are not able to get this thing passed, if they do not get enough bipartisan support, which, if we're talking constitutional amendments, that's a higher threshold, don't worry. There's a little thing coming up towards the end of this year, November, early there. I think it's actually the second Tuesday or the first Tuesday after the first Monday of November, called a midterm election. And if the polls are to be believed, which take them with a grain of salt, but if history is to be believed, Democrats are poised to make some pretty big gains, both the House and Senate, after November's elections. So if this amendment does not, gain traction right now, when the Democrats take over, if the Democrats take over, then we can probably get this thing rolling here. Roll back Trump's pardon power. Now, granted, the timeline on this, the 60-day review, we're not going to be able to undo any pardon he has already done, unfortunately. But we can prevent more of them and hopefully prevent abuse of this system in the future. So, good job, Representative Olszewski. Sorry, my apologies. I know I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but amazing work. And I hope this thing becomes a real change to the Constitution. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.